Well, good evening, everyone. Hope that you're doing well. What do you have in the oven? Because I just put a lasagna in. Actually, I shouldn't say I just put it in. I put it in almost an hour ago. And I need to get that out of there soon. But I have plenty of time for a little Tom Waits. So let's go ahead and move on from where we left off. We're moving on into the the next couple of tracks here. We're going to listen to Dave the Butcher, which is an instrumental. And then the next track, Johnsburg, Illinois. Never been. I heard some good time up there. Let's go ahead and listen to the songs. We'll discuss them a little bit after. Let me get into shore leave. Let me transition in there a little bit. Then we'll let it get into it. It's like when you're watching a play and you're watching the scene change and all the stage hands are changing scenery. Seems to be what's happening here. It sounds like a song that a villain from a movie would sing over. Almost cartoonishly villainy. Almost. It has a cartoonish kind of evil sound to it, right? I like how the percussion played so perfectly along with it.
She's my only true love. She's all that I think of. Look here in my wallet. That's her. She grew up on a farm there. There's a place on my arm where I've written her name next to mine. You see, I just can't live without her, and I'm only boy. She grew up outside McHenry in Johnsburg, Illinois.
These two tracks couldn't have been worlds apart. If they couldn't have been further apart if they tried, couldn't they? So Dave the Butcher is very much, I mean, it's just an instrumental with some Hammond organ and some percussion, just popping back there. what I found kind of interesting, like I said during the piece, to me it sounded so much like, and I mean this with the utmost respect, I don't mean this in a bad way. It sounded like almost cartoonishly evil, like a villain from a movie or some sort of show that's like twisting his beard and like delighting in his evil acts of treachery, and I'm talking like, stealing the hero's cape or something. I don't know, whatever villains do nowadays. Like it sounds like it has that kind of almost cartoonish, I'm evil, but like, come on, dude. Like, yeah, you're evil, but not really. And I like the percussion underneath, which that's going to be Victor Feldman. Let me do one of these because actually the Wikipedia page makes this a lot easier for me to do it here. So obviously Waits is playing the organ. Feldman is actually credited with bass boo bams. That's what it says. I'm just reading it as it says. Bass boo bams. So is he on the bass, like doing that? Is that the percussion when he's just tapping the strings? Let me go back to that. Maybe he's tapping the strings with something, because I guess it does. It does follow a melody. Yeah. I mean, do you think he's playing maybe a stand-up bass and he's like maybe using a bow, or he could be using a stick for all I know, and just because it is. I now that I'm hearing it, like it does follow the pitch of the melody of the organ there. So I don't know what he's hitting it with, but I mean, just like with Rain Dogs, we are experimenting. Why not, right? Why not use a stick? Go outside, fetch me a stick, and let's beat this bass. Boom, bam on this thing. And then completely different as we move into the next track with Johnsburg. It moves into that jazzy, deep, smoky kind of sound. Waits even kind of smooths up his voice for a lot of it, especially in the beginning before those rough textures kind of sneak their way back in, which, hey, that's completely fine with me. But it's much more of a kind of sentimental piece, and like I said, with the piano and such, just kind of completely offsetting the atmosphere from Butcher, which I suppose makes sense when we read the lyrics, completely different. She's my only true love. She's all that I think of. Look here in my wallet. That's her. Is this about Ricky Lee Jones? I don't remember the timeline of their relationship. She grew up on a farm there. There's a place on my arm where I've written her name next to mine. If you're ever going to get a tattoo, you never put your partner's name on you. It's risky. That's risky business. You see, I just can't live without her, and I'm her only boy. And she grew up outside McHenry in Johnsburg, Illinois. Well, I'm her only boy. Could it be about his mom? Could that be who this song is about? Let's go ahead and click these annotations. Keeps photo. I know that. Keeps photos tattoo likely. No, really. Tom's wife, Kathleen Brennan, is indeed from Johnsburg, Illinois. So I suppose this is then maybe about his wife then, if that annotation is to be believed, which definitely could be. It's just that I'm her only boy. That makes me think of, mother, but could definitely be relationship past with his wife and such. Definitely. I like it. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed these tracks. I hope that you're enjoying our journey. Thank you as always for being here and for watching. Hopefully you're having a good time. Having a good time. Having a good time. Ba, 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 da, ba. Have a wonderful one, guys. I will see you later.